Assalamu alaikum. I want to share a little bit about my experience as being an Islamic school teacher. About 10 years ago, I actually had a little Islamic class, and it was really great fun. We're in a community center, and each week, I made like worksheets and activities, and we sang songs and things and learned about Islam, and it was really nice. And then 10 years later, a big break of teaching in Islamic school, then I was offered by a local masjid to work for them and teach grade 4 and 5 Islamic studies on the weekends. And I told them I was going to make them a video, and this is for them and also for you. Consider that this is such a great kind of a job to have. It's such a wonderful thing to be able to share the knowledge of Islam with the young Muslims. There's so many times as teachers when we doubt ourselves and we think, okay, am I doing anything? What am I doing? Am I any benefit? And then, sometimes we think that maybe this is the only exposure to Islamic knowledge that the children even have. And so it made us, all of us teachers, really feel like our job is very important and really pay attention and put a lot of effort into it. So the main thing that was different was because I was teaching online. I'm a homeschooler, so my children are with me and I teach them at home. And then the Islamic school that I taught before, that was also in person. So this is my first experience with teaching Islamic studies to a classroom of children online. So I had to learn a lot, and I'm so glad that some of the students, they actually taught me different kinds of online games that we could use, different aspects of how to use the Zoom room, whiteboard. Some of the teachers also told us about Jamboard and Kahoot and this other one, which became very popular, this other game platform that the children really enjoyed, called Blookit. And so, my apologies to the parents who saw that their children were playing games the whole time. It's just that's my teaching style. I just want the children to have fun. At the beginning of the year, of course, there was so much pressure on the children because they were already at home on their computers for all the rest of the secular subjects. So on the weekends, my students, you guys, you would talk about having homework and tests and assignments. And I was like, oh, I can't give you guys homework. So what can we talk about? So what we started doing is we started reading poems, and the poems would review the subjects that we studied. And something interesting that you may not know about poetry is that it's actually an Islamic history way of teaching Islam. So, there's tajweed poems written in Arabic to teach tajweed, and there's history that's in tajweed. And even the Arabic grammar rules are written in, there's a whole set of Arabic rules actually written in a poem form. It makes it easier for us to understand and remember. So from September all the way through until this month, I was writing poems and having the students read back the poems to me. And of course, I give them access to the poems via email and Google Classroom so that they could remember what we studied. And it was a lot of really important topics, of course, just basic Islam topics. We studied the first half of the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, as well as different manners and etiquettes of eating, about salah. We studied about fasting and Ramadan and Hajj, and alhamdulillah, we had a lot of fun playing games and studying together, and it was really a great beneficial experience for me, and I really hope that all my students benefited. And inshallah, I hope to be back in the fall, but even if I'm not, this whole year was so great, and it was a big highlight for me at the end of the week. I got all set up, and it was very exciting for me to spend my Saturday afternoons this whole year spreading the knowledge about the deen. And you really given me hope, you guys, for the ummah. You've given me hope for the next generation of Muslims. And it's very exciting for me to have had the honor and the blessing of being able to be your teacher this year. And I hope, inshallah, that if you see how happy I am and see how excited I get about this class, that inshallah you make an offering or be part and volunteer and be part of any kind of activity that's dealing with Muslim children, because we have to take it into our hands to present the deen in a fun and inviting way for our youth. So if you have every opportunity to do that, any opportunity you can, create an opportunity if there isn't one, inshallah, so that you can get the blessing and the barakah of engaging our youth with Islam. Assalamu alaikum.